At Associated Asphalt, our people are our greatest asset. On any given day, we have approximately 45 transport drivers on the road pulling tankers loaded with liquid asphalt and emulsion in a variety of road and weather conditions. As a company, our goal is to make sure that our drivers go home safe at the end of every shift to be with their families. To accomplish that goal, we focus our efforts on creating a culture that promotes safety in every aspect. We pay our drivers by the hour for safety purposes, furnish all necessary PPE, maintain safe equipment that is governed at 65 miles per hour, offer a competitive safety bonus, ensure we always follow FMCSA guidelines, always use seat belts, and conduct periodic refresher training to cover both driving and non-driving tasks. The biggest challenge our drivers have is staying safe on the road. They take a lot of pride in driving safely by realizing it's not only about themselves, but also others around them going home safe to their families each day. No matter how well our drivers do their jobs, we cannot always predict every challenge they will face on the road. That's where defensive driving skills can make a difference in whether or not an accident occurs. In this video, you will hear from two of our seasoned drivers whose ability to utilize Smith System safe driving techniques allow them to avoid an incident that may have resulted in fatalities, injuries, or property damage.
Back in June or July this year, I was heading north on 81. And as I coming up on a ramp, get on ramp, two cars started passing me. And they were definitely running pretty keen. And one car cut over in front of me and the other one was still in the left lane. And this dump truck was coming off the get-on ramp and he was not slowing up and they were not slowing up. So I backed plumb out of it to see what was going to happen. And sure enough, they collided together. And that Smith system, while looking ahead, is what really helped me prevent me being involved in an accident.
So the Smith system teaches us to look at least 15 seconds ahead and keep our eyes moving. I was on Interstate 81 and noticed that a trooper had pulled a car over on the right. So I gave my signal to go to the left lane. About the time I started to the left lane, Ford Expedition behind me whipped out and cut me off. And I had to jerk the truck back into the right lane, which meant that I had to go by the trooper. So I slowed down and I was sure he was going to pull out and write me a ticket for not moving over. He pulled out with his lights on, but then he passed me and pulled the Expedition over. The point of all of that is that in defensive driving, I avoided having an accident with a reckless motorist, and I slowed down when I went by the trooper, which prevented me from getting a ticket. Both of those are examples of how defensive driving can really work to your benefit.
As we've seen, no two accidents are the same, but the ability for a driver to be alert and use proper defensive driving skills can prevent an accident from occurring. Accidents can result in fatalities, injuries, lost time from work, and property damage. As for our drivers, every time they get behind the wheel, driving responsibly and safely is their #1 priority. We appreciate not only our drivers, but every driver for following standard operating procedures, actively participating in ongoing training programs, and practicing safe driving techniques every time they get in the truck.